was between Marietta and Fordham. And just something to keep in mind, about 6 minutes there. So tracking about 12 seconds faster than the semifinals yesterday, and of course a tailwind out on the course.
Yeah, that's really great insight there, and we do see this race has begun already on your screen, or if you're waiting down by the Jumbotron, and all of our wonderful vendors and sponsors, make sure you are taking full advantage of the amazing Jumbotron that we have down at the finish line with this festival of rowing here that we have this weekend. So we can see this beautiful drone shot here. The officials are keeping these races moving pretty quickly here, and it looks like right now we are through the breakage point. We have let this race shake out just a little bit. So in lane 1, we have an empty lane. In lane 2, Army. Lane 3, Vermont. Lane 4, Rhode Island. And lane 5, Penn State.
Yeah, so it looks like Vermont and Rhode Island have started to separate themselves here in this second 500. That is Vermont there in the green shell. Oh, and there you see Army. Army actually right there with those boats as well. So 3 boats here. Penn State just a little bit off the pace of our lead boats at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. So we have Rhode Island again in that gorgeous blue shell in the lead right now by about 6 seats. And then we have Vermont in the green in lane 3, and then we have Army in the black in lane 2. And again, that empty lane, so 4 boats here. And seeing quite a race. It's been really great to see the Army women building up their program over the last few years. I know they've come out to Southern California a few times. They've been at the San Diego Crew Classic, and we have seen some very strong performances from the Army women. So it's really great to see their program out here, who right now, even as we speak, has taken a few seats now over Vermont in the green shell and is now making a charge on Rhode Island. So right now we have an even race between Army and Rhode Island. So as I speak, I start singing their praises, and here they go. Look at the Army women. Unbelievable move.
Yeah, so this was just a time trial yesterday, as there were only these 4 boats in this race. And I can't seem to find the results yesterday from that time trial. Nevertheless, looks like we've got Army and URI here making their way to the finish line.
Yeah, you are absolutely right about that. And look at it. It is Vermont right now that is getting left behind. And now we have Army and Rhode Island here making quite a move towards that finish line.
Yeah, so Vermont, obviously in lane 3, I do have the results here from that time trial with the fastest time, but just about dead heat between them and URI, about 0.2 of a second in the time trial between them. And then Army just back by about 4 seconds here. So nothing too crazy we're seeing developing as 1,000 meters left to go here. Army, as you said, moving really well through the middle of portion of this race. They, again, a little bit further back in the time trial yesterday, but as you're seeing here, they clearly have the speed to hang with this boat from Rhode Island. Vermont now trying to just maintain contact with the stern decks here of our lead boats, maybe give the edge to Army by just a few seats here. Rhode Island still very much within reach.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite a performance that we're seeing here. Army now maintaining the lead a few seats over Rhode Island in the blue boat there. So we're looking at Vermont still in third. Army maybe has broken away a little bit from their bow ball now, starting to open up a little bit of water. But this is some beautiful rowing that we're seeing from Army. So keep an eye on Rhode Island, though, because they have definitely not given up this race yet. So it is an Army-Rhode Island showdown here in lanes 2 and 4 coming down the course. Again, Vermont getting a little bit left behind here, bow to stern on those 2. And then we have Penn State still in 4th in lane 5 on the outside.
So this is our second club race of the day. Obviously, we just saw the men's club varsity 8 final. What does it mean to be a club rowing program?
Yeah, that is a great question. So a club program is run by the athletes, by the student athletes. So not only do they have to manage their student workload, but they also have to manage their clubs. They have to hire the coaches, they have to do the fundraising, they have to manage the admin. So it's a huge amount of extra work just to keep a club and a team afloat that is a club team, as opposed to a varsity program where it is fully funded. Typically, there's recruiting allowed. A lot of clubs take primarily primarily walk-ons. So it's really a lot more work to actually build and strengthen a club team like this. So very, very good question there.
Yeah, so just under 500 meters left to go now for our leaders from Army. And you can see there just going stroke for stroke, maybe understroking this URI boat, in fact, and maintaining this lead. So URI just taking the rate up even more right there as we were talking about that. We'll see if they can try and get back into this race, get a little bit closer to the lead. But Army looking really strong and still really calm even as they begin to raise their rate as well.
Yeah, that's right. We are going to try to get some numbers for you as we come into the red buoys, the final 250 meters, and we will keep a very close eye on these two crews, Army and Rhode Island. Both have been absolutely relentless here and not letting the other take an inch. So Army and Rhode Island, again, this is very, very close here. You can see these coxswains looking over at each other, just creating the suspense. This is unbelievable. So we're going to keep an eye here, try to get you some numbers on this Rhode Island crew that, as we speak, has just started to bring up the rate, and Army has responded.
Yeah, so 100 meters left to go now. Again, our camera here will begin to pan left as URI approaches the left-hand side of the screen. That means our finish line is approaching, and I thought Army had a really nice advantage here. I believe that advantage has evaporated. They turn, they come to the finish line, and what a finish by Rhode Island. And Rhode Island, oh, it's so close here. Who's got it?
I think
Army here.
Unbelievable, on the hunt. What a comeback from Army, rowing at a 38-39, overtakes Rhode Island in the last few strokes of this race, and that is why we never say it is over until it is over. Here comes Vermont, and then we will see Penn State up on our screen in a few moments.
Yeah, so really great race there for the women from Army, obviously down early in the race at around 600, 750 meters. They kicked it into high gear, dominated the second 500, dominated the third 500, and they were able to hold off a really impressive sprint there from Rhode Island, who gave it everything they had towards the end. And you can see there just a 1 second difference between Army and Rhode Island. That generally means just about 3 seats there.